everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We made it through the end of Wednesday. And I have decision fatigue. I have made it through the day. I have time to myself here in my studio. And I've literally been sitting here for 45 minutes trying to decide what to do. Because there's so many things to do and there's so many decisions to make, and I'm just sitting here spinning on it. So I made one decision, which was to get on and talk about it with you. I made a second decision, which was to work on a shirt I started after taking a wonderful class from Rhonda at Fruitful Life Studios. There might be a firm in there. I'll double check that in a second. And so I thought I would just get on here and talk with you guys and see if anybody else out there gets to the point where there's I've got 25 art projects sitting around here. And I've got more than 25 art projects. I mean, let's be real. Sometimes I just get stuck. I don't know what to work on next, and I don't know what the next best thing to do is. And I was remembering Rhonda's class and that I took, and just recently she just released it, and she talks a bit about intuitive painting in there and intuitive creating. And I was like, I need to take the decision making out of this, and I just need to get intuitive. And then things started falling into place with me. So let's go. Let me put my camera down. If anybody's watching, please feel free to give me a shout out on the replay. Let me know where you're watching from. So it's Rhonda Finfrock. I cannot talk tonight. She's from Fruitful Life Studio, and she has some amazing classes up there right now. So to honor her request, I'm not going to be talking through what I'm doing. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to just do some stenciling on a shirt and talk to you guys while I'm doing it. So I've got here a very pretty, whoops, let me get back here, camera. A very pretty plaid shirt. And I don't know if you can read it, but it says Karlek down here with a heart. And that means sweetheart or loved one in Swedish. And so I'm just going to come in here, and I've got something for the butt. So this is where I spent 45 minutes, was trying to figure out what do I want to do on the bottom, and then what do I want to do up on the top and the shoulder. And I just didn't know. It was beyond me to come up with an answer. So I finally did come up with an answer. I'm going to be putting these along the bottom, and then I have some stars for the top. And I think it'll keep in what's the word? We'll keep in line with this heart right here in the middle, which is also from a stencil. So let's get going. So Wednesday, hump day. Long week already. I mean, it's not even been a long week. It's actually been a very good week. I have a 9-to-5 job that I really love. I'm working with a good team of people. I'm a project manager in the tech industry, and so that's what I do during the day, which is very different than being an owner of a small business, online, and artist. But by Wednesday, between my 9-to-5 job, my side hustle, which you're enjoying tonight, being the mom to 2 kids and a wife to a very loving husband, I'm just pretty done. I'm pretty spent. I've made probably about, I don't know what, 10,000 decisions since Monday night. I don't know. I've made too many decisions. And I'm just done. My brain cannot make any more decisions, and I get stuck. this class with Rhonda, she talks a bit about the intuitive painting and being intuitive creating. And I was like, that's where I need to be right now. I need to be doing that because I don't have to sit around and think logically about what I want to do next and make a decision. I just do it. No regrets, no explanation, no anything, right? I do it. And if you know what, the other thing too, to be quite frank, is I'm intimidated to work on shirts and to do this art. It is hard for me to get into experimenting mode because when you're being experimentative, you're being intuitive and you're just kind of going with whatever happens. But I want my shirts to be perfect like Ron does. They're amazing. And that's just not going to happen because this is very new to me and I am learning a new thing. And sometimes it's just hard to keep that in mind. So anyways, that's my wine fest for tonight. It's not really, I guess, a wine fest. It's just Wednesday. So many decisions by today. So at work at the 9-to-5 job, there's got to be 20 decisions a day there, if not more. And there's more because there's the decisions you ask out loud. And then there's the decisions in your mind, right? There's decisions you got to make along the way about how to respond to somebody, what to say. That email, should I write it now? Should I write it later? There's just all kinds of decisions through the day. So that happen. If you've got kids, you got to make decisions about them. Do I let my daughter go to the dance on Sunday? She's just telling me about now and she needs a dress for. Do I let my son play video games till 2:00 in the morning? And then that's just day-to-day decisions. And then you've got your, what am I doing this week, this month, this year? They just all add up. And for me, usually by Wednesdays, I'm just kind of like done making decisions. And then I get stuck because I don't know what I want to do next. How about you guys out there? Do you guys get decision fatigue, or do you always know what you're going to do, why, how, and when? Voila. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I've just been working on a stamp here and chatting away. Thanks for sticking around. I'm really sorry. Let me get this better. There we go. Gosh. There we go. I have made the decision for my viewers to be able to see what I am doing. Okay. So I got this pretty shirt going on and some pretty stuff along the bottom here. I'm going to go ahead and do this other half right here. Just kind of a repeating pattern. And again, just want to give a shout out to Rhonda at Fruitful Life Studios. She's such an amazing teacher. She's just a super inspirational artist and woman. And I love watching her create. She's very unapologetic in that. She doesn't know what's going to happen next. So get ready. Let's see here. I need a little bit more ink, paint. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. I need to mix this up a little bit. Okay, where did my little paintbrush just go? Oh, Lordy. Okay. I will use something else to mix. There we go. I got these little sticks over here. Probably from something from the dollar store. I'm just mixing up a little bit more paint to go on the shirt to make this border. That's what that noise is. Okay, here we go. Rhonda has stencil brushes that she uses, but I wasn't having much luck with my stencil brush. I've used these little sponge dabber things for a very long time on furniture, and I thought I would give them a try here on clothes, and it's doing okay. It's not the hard, crisp stencil effect I was hoping for, but whatever. I do not need to make a decision about that right now. I just need to get this stencil on. There we go. It's making a funny noise. Can you guys hear it? Get in there. Okay. I'm going off camera just a little bit now. Apologies. I promise when I'm done with the stencil, everything you see moving forward will be on camera. What is the biggest decision you have had to make in January? Was there a big decision you needed to make? Well, we all had a big decision to make in January, like the biggest one. What was yours? And what did you decide? If you feel like sharing, I'd love to know. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see. Pretty. Okay, I got to move this off camera over here and wipe it down just a little bit so the paint doesn't dry too much on it. Yeah, January is the beginning of the year. We've made all these resolutions, or some of us have, or at least plans and objectives for the coming year. And now we need to make decisions that support that. And that can be hard because you're all optimistic in the beginning of the year or at the end of the previous year about what you're going to do and why. And then you get to the end of January and it's kind of like, where are you on that? Are you still holding to it? Are you making the right decisions to get you on that path? That can be a little bit daunting. Okay. So my biggest decision for January was, well, it was kind of personal. It was deciding to go into therapy for myself so that I have a teen who is challenging me or challenging to me in the way that I was raised. And I'm trying to figure out how to be the best parent possible in these circumstances. And I don't know what that is. And I'm trying to figure that out. So that was my big decision for January. So if you guys, parents of teen young women who have experience, lay it on me. I'm all for it. Okay, so if you guys can see here, I got this really beautiful little strip of stencils going across the bottom of my shirt. I've got my Swedish heart right here. And then now, so in the heart, it might be hard to tell here on the camera, but so there's stars here. And so stars and dots. And so I'm going to carry that theme up in this part of the shirt. Right up in here. I've got these stars. I know I want to continue in the blue. So I've got this unicorn stencil and it has stars on it. I don't think it would be funny to put the unicorn, but kind of it doesn't go. So I may use the tiny stars there. I'm not really sure. Okay. Now I've got enough ink to go with. Okay, so I'm going to start like this. The other thing too is I can put stars out and I can come back with my paintbrush and put little dots along up in here and fill it in. So we can see what that looks like as we move along. All right. I'm liking this color blue. I was originally going to do black paint on top of this, but then I was like, it needs some color. It needs to pop. All right. Here we go. Let's get some ink on my little sponge guy here. Not be confused with SpongeBob. Doesn't matter what direction. I'm going to go a little bit. I go a little bit like this, so it's a little bit off. There we go. See how that right there? Well, I guess it'll be okay. We'll keep going. I'll remember next time to be a little bit more careful in that area. Okay, I'm going to come down now. Just remembering I got smaller stars I can put on top. I don't want to create, I want something really random here. I don't want a pattern that's repeatable like on the bottom. Have any of you guys worked on shirts before? Or clothes or material? This is definitely my thing I love to do, but gosh, I just feel it's different than working on a piece of wood or canvas. Like when you're working on a shirt or a piece of material, it feels like I don't know, it feels like a little bit more permanent, or like you're using up material. I don't know, it just like I can throw anything on a piece of canvas. I can throw anything on a piece of wood. But you get me in front of clothes and I sort of freeze like a deer in headlights. It just feels like I might be ruining something, and I haven't experienced that feeling for a while. See, like even that right there where it's kind of smudged, I did not ruin it. But these blue stars are looking super duper pretty. I have to say so, even myself. All right. Here we go, more stars. Then let's see, 20 minutes in. I think after this, I've got something. I've got an inlay that's ready to be squirted and having the inlay taken off, and it's been sitting here for like a week. So I hope to God that I didn't mess that up, but I just did not make the decision to get around to it sooner because I had other things I had to do or decided to do. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Hold this down. These stars are turning out really good, and I like how these stars maybe are part of those stars up there. I was trying to go for the whole sky, heart, ground, foundation feeling. We'll see if that's what happens. This is just the back. I haven't even gotten to the front yet. Pretty. Okay. I think I need the smaller stars for the in-between space here. So I'm just gonna throw this on a wipe really quick. Wipe this down. Wipe off my fingers so I don't get blue paint on my shirt. Yeah, I think smaller stars and dots will be super cool on this. Okay, so I got this little tiny stencil here, and this star, it's kind of like in between. So I could lay that star down, and then I've got these star shapes here. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, do this. We'll see what happens. Trying not to get the shooting star part of the star because I do want to introduce something new. I kind of got a little bit of shooting star in there. You know what? It doesn't look so bad. All right, let's keep going here. Gosh, all right, I am going to do the whole shooting star. Even though I didn't think I was going to, I'm going to go for it. Gorgeous. Okay. And do a little star up in this corner. Just going to go for the star. Okay, cool. All right, I need stars where I need a few stars. I need a few stars. I'll put this one right here. Love it. And we'll do another big star up in here towards the top. I'm going to take this all the way up. Why not? As Rhonda would say, I am being intuitive. Okay, let's see. I love it. Okay, cool. So now this shirt needs to dry before I flip it over and start working on the front. But I am very happy with the direction this moved in, considering I could not determine what to do next. Let me pull this up a little bit. So, you know what? I wonder, it's kind of hard to see. So I've got these stars up here. So this is like supposed to be like my nighttime sky. That's what I'm imagining here. And then here I've got my heart. And then this right here, you guys have a hard time seeing it, but it means it's Karluk. It means sweetheart or loved one in Swedish. And then I've got a nice little row down here of other characters. So it's turning out super pretty. I'm going to grab a hanger and hang this up to dry. And then I'm going to do something I've been dreading because I'm scared how it's going to turn out. Let's see. Get this on a hanger. Oh, it looks really pretty. I like it so much, I just might keep it. Okay, here's what I'm going to do next. I've been working, so this is my first inlay ever. And if you're just joining, I've been talking about decision fatigue. By the time Wednesday rolls around, my brain is pretty much dead and done with making decisions, and I don't know what I'm going to be working on or why I would be working on it. But here, I've been working on this actually for a tutorial, like first time inlays, and it's like my first time doing an inlay. And for the most part, it's turned out super duper pretty. There's places along in here where I'm going to have to come in where the paper fiber stuck to it, and I'll have to take that out. But here's where I'm really nervous right now, especially sharing this on live, is that this paper right here has been sitting on the treasure chest for about 6 days now. So I have no idea what's going to happen when I squirt it. And I try and lift it up. So hopefully I did not mess it up too badly. Right now I'm looking for, here we go, I've got a little rag right here. If you guys haven't tried inlays yet, they're super duper cool. The process reminded me a lot of when if you were in high school, back when they would have photography labs and you put your photograph, you put it on the paper and then you put the paper in the solution. That feeling. Okay, gosh, I probably really messed up this piece. But the only way to find out is to go through the process and see. All right, this needs to sit long enough for the water to soak in a little bit more. I might actually put another squirt on this because it's been sitting around for so long, it's extra dry. The idea with squirting the water on is you're loosening up the inlay so that it releases to the surface that you painted. And I hope to God I did not mess this up. I made a big mistake along the way of doing this, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because I put it in my tutorial for you to learn. All right, let's see. Give this 1 minute here. A little bit longer. We'll see what happens. I might have to come in here and fix this later with some black paint and more inlay. But that's the great thing about IOD, right? Is like, even if I totally mess this up, I can come in here and I can figure out how to make it cohesive and work. I could come on top of this with a transfer or a stamp or more of the inlay. Okay, let's see what happens here when I start pulling this back. I'm really nervous. Okay, stop being nervous. Okay, take this piece on this corner. Okay, all right, a little bit more water here on this corner. I'll start on this corner. Oh, I see how I did here. This is like one big sheet. Okay. Okay. Just so you guys know, I am not tearing this off in a manner where I could easily reuse the inlay, which is one of the big sells on the inlay, is that you can reuse the inlay a few times on other pieces. And this is my first time doing an inlay, so I've been butchering it, to tell you the truth, but it's been worth it to learn how. There's no other way really to learn how. But look at that. So pretty. Gorgeous. All right. Let that out to dry. There's still some scraps, not scraps, but there's some paper over here still stuck on. So I can save these, and it's like your little tiny bits of transfer, right? Like, where can I put this on to give it a little something, something? And then I think I got all the paper off of this. That actually turned out much better than I thought it would. All right, let's see about this side right here. I can see some paper fiber on this. I'll probably have to like wet this down. There's instructions somewhere on how to get the paper fiber off of it. So I'm not worried about that at all, actually. But that's so pretty. Okay. And then now the last side. Whoops. Okay. That's too dry right there. I'm going to have to get that little squirt. I'm actually going to get this all a little bit of a squirt. Have you guys tried the inlays yet? I have waited too long to try this out. I actually regret not trying this sooner. I've just been so busy, but I made the decision about a week ago to get in here and try this. All right. Let's give this a moment here to absorb the water a little bit more. That way, when I peel it off, there'll be less fiber paper on it. And I'm really curious to see. That doesn't look like much stuck on here. Okay, here we go. The big reveal. All right. It's a little bit stuck on the hardware here. And we'll figure that out later. Lay that out to dry so I can use it again on something. So I think there's like a little bit of paper on here. You can see where right here where the inlay didn't grab. That's because of the hardware here. And I think it was Josie who had shown on the IOD page how to do that. And I obviously did not do it correctly, so I'll be coming back in here with my leftover inlays and adding a little bit of pattern in here. Or who knows, maybe I could go over this like with something like one of the vintage stamps and make it look kind of cracked and older. I don't know. There's a bunch I could do with this. I guess let's see if I can open this. Well, I probably need to do that in another show. It's pretty sealed pretty well right now. But that's okay. I'll figure it out another day. Here, but here's the start of a beautiful box and something that somebody will treasure in their home when I am done with it. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. I'm making the decision to shut down and go to bed now. Hope you all enjoyed this. Bye-bye.